Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I am Milk and this is Milk Astrology, and today we're going to be doing what your past life was like. And this one's going to be a little intense. I've never done a reading like this before, so you're going to have to let me know how you feel about it, if it resonates with you, if you would never want me to do this again. You're just going to have to comment below and let me know. So close your eyes and pause the video, and whichever deck that your eyes land on first is the deck for you. Amethyst, Rose Quartz, and Carnelian. And yeah, so pick which stone or which deck you feel is the most relating to you, and that is your deck. So for pile 1, my amethyst pile, if you chose this reading is for you. Just a random. First things first is pile number 1. You were a hopeless romantic, but you were very busy and you were always spread very thin. I have 7 of Cups reversed, indicating that you were always focused or prioritizing of so many different things all at once. And I would even question if sometimes you struggled to get your own needs in. I feel like you were always trying to help other people, or you were always kind of focused on how you could overly accommodate to other people. So much so that early on in life, I would say you learned a very hard lesson. I have the Justice card reversed, and I have 3 of Cups reversed. So right off the bat, early on in life, pile number 1, oops, is this adjusted? Pile number 1 is you were cheated on at a very early age. And I think this really changed a lot of your perceptions for how you wanted to go about kind of getting close to people, being intimate with people. I think it very much changed your perspective, and you became a bit mechanical after this. I have 2 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles, so I feel like you were very overly dedicated to your job. Oops, focus. And I feel like so much so that you might have lost sight of intimacy in general. I feel like when you were young in your past life, you were very focused on just how to work. I feel like so much so that you just didn't really let people get close to you. I think when you had that initial shock of being so madly in love, and then you had that devastating kind of blow to your ego, it made you just never want to do it again. Now, in your middle of life, so probably as an adult. Okay, so basically, when you were a teenager or a young adult, you kind of just went from cold turkey, being so invested in a relationship, being hurt, and then just saying no to all relationships. But then when you fell in love again, you didn't really heal those things about you that you went through in your first relationship, so you were still overly selfless and overly accommodating when a new relationship started for you. I have the Lovers, and then I also have Temperance reversed. So there were huge themes surrounding you being very accommodating of someone else. I feel like, again, you fell in love your second time, and this time was very much like you did not care about any resources that you had. You were willing to just give it to them. Everything that you had, you wanted them to have. I would say you were very dedicated to this person. I have the Empress reversed, so I do think, again, the idea or the prospect of you just being so selfless and so involved with this person was very much consuming for you, and I feel like it's all that mattered. Queen of Swords, you were very protective of your love. I would say you were just like a diehard hopeless romantic in this lifetime, because everything was just surrounding this relationship dynamic, what you felt about this person. I feel like you were very quick to just throw all judgment out the window. And okay, well, on a positive note, you were very much invested in your relationship. I feel like you went from very severe heartache at an early age, and it made you kind of catapult into a very intense career path. And then later on in life, like maybe like mid-30s or something, you fell in love again the second time, and that was like your person for the rest of your life, and you guys stayed together for death until you guys died. I have 10 of Cups in the Emperor in terms of like your death prediction or how you died in your past life. And oops, adjust, focus. I think it was very much you in bed at an old age with your person. So I would say that like you had your biggest devastation in a past life was the fact that you were a hopeless romantic and you were overly accommodating of this person or other people, but then you were always very quick to just like do for others. I think you tried to turn that side off, and you were very like the methodical business archetype for a while, but then the minute you fell in love again, you were just like ready to throw it all away for that person, and you kind of did, but you were happy. So I don't know if you had to sacrifice your job for your person or if you just had both. I'm kind of getting the picture that you just had both. And then the reminders for your past life where you need to schedule yourself in. In this lifetime, you do need to focus more on yourself and not your commitments, your established commitment to your job, your established commitment to your relationship or the people in your life. Those are not your sole obligations. Also, I let the money flow in. So in this lifetime, you need to be more prioritizing of your own needs, of your own wants, of your own expectations. You need to stop focusing so much about how to fill up everyone's cup. You need to fill your own up. And yeah, so overall, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how you felt about your past life reading, if you feel like it resonated or if you feel like it weirdly could have resonated. Yeah, and then I will see you in my next video. For everyone that picked pile 2, this reading is for you. Pile 2 is the one with the little rose quartz heart. So pile 2, this reading is for you. So early on in life, I feel like you were someone that kept to yourself and you didn't really like people to know too much about you. Maybe you were a shy person, or maybe you had a lot of family secrets, so you were very just protective of that. And then I also have Wheel of Fortune, so I do feel like you had maybe a pretty solid childhood, but I would just think there was a really like powerful or strong dynamic in the home. You had a very like loud or passionate father figure, someone that was very kind of bold and maybe didn't like you having too many friends or outside sources. I do think you were someone that was very intelligent. I have the Hierophant, so I feel like you were always asking questions and you were always very aware of your surroundings, even if maybe people didn't realize. And Four of Pentacles, you were very focused on like work and school. I feel like you were a very like studious kind of child, very methodical, and you didn't really like to waste your time if you could help it. Four of Cups reversed. Now, as an adult, I feel like you went through like kind of a devastating blow, maybe financially, and you were trying to build yourself back up. I do think there was maybe a dramatic change in your life that kind of devastated you or really shocked you, and it kind of was a huge turning point for you. Maybe it was like a dynamic with your family, a falling out with your family, because I do see that you moved away from home, and I do think that like you maybe had like a very distant or strange relationship with your home life in general after that. Maybe you never went back and saw your family. And I do have the Fool. So I think you were very hopeful as a adult, or as a young adult. You were very adventurous, and I do think that you were always trying to like try everything over and over again, or you always wanted to try everything at least once. And then I also have Ten of Pentacles. You were someone that was very focused on your career. I feel like you were very much dedicated to your career in that lifetime. I would say you were in fact quite married to it. I do think that you struggled with balance though. I have the Temperance card. I have the Lovers reversed as well. So as your later years, I feel like you kind of had a shorter life too. I don't think you lived until you were old. I think there were some dynamics where maybe you did fall in love or you had like a interest in someone, but I think you chose your career over them. And I do think that eventually you were always very assertive and very independent. I don't think you liked to ask for help in your past life. You didn't really like to give anyone too much of your time or attention. And then it shows that in the end of your life, I feel like it was kind of an illness or something. I feel like you were always keeping to yourself. You're always stressed. You're always overworking. And in the end of your past life, I feel like it was just kind of you made yourself sick. You were always stressed out. And you always kept to yourself. I would say it was kind of an isolated or very lonely life. Maybe you were just very detached from people. And in the advice moving forward from that lifetime, I do have get crystal clear. So I think it's really important that now you're very assertive and expressive about your emotions. You're not bottling things up so much in this lifetime. You're able to like let people know how you feel and where you stand with them. But also create your own luck. I feel like back in that past life, you were very driven and focused on like how you could play by someone else's rules or logic. You were trying to like move up someone else's social ladder or work life ladder. And I think in this lifetime you need to like create your own career. You need to create your own sense of adventure. You need to create your own playbook instead of following by someone else's rules, because you were so focused to sticking by someone else's rules your whole life in that past life that you weren't able to really do much for yourself, allow yourself to live your life. You were so focused on like what you had to do that you weren't able to actually enjoy it. So yeah, that's kind of a sad reading. I'm sorry guys, but if you liked this video, if you thought it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I know it's a little brief, but you know me, I'm very to the point. I don't like to waste my time. I don't like to waste your time. But yeah, if you thought this was interesting, and also please share like what your life is like now, if there's any similarities, if there's any like stark contrasts now. I'm very interested to hear that. So yeah, overall I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next week. Pile number 3, this reading is for you. If you picked the pile with the carnelian in it, this reading is for you. Okay, so first things first is that you came from a strong family dynamic where you were always trying to help your family out. Maybe you were like Italian in your past life, because there's the sense of like community, the sense of home. I feel like you guys were all very hardworking. Maybe you guys all did like yard work together. I feel like you did have some anxiety surrounding your earlier childhood memories. Maybe there was some tension in the home. However, you guys all worked together, and I feel like you guys all really cared about helping one another. As a teenager or young adult, oh yeah, I also have King of Cups and Judgment. So I do feel like you had very like critical parents, or like people that were always trying to kind of enforce where they stood or how they felt about how you should live your life onto you. I don't know if that was something you necessarily agreed with. And as a young adult, I have Two of Swords. There was a lot of tension. I feel like, you know, in childhood you had a lot of pressure on you. Eight of Swords, you were very hard on yourself. I do think that maybe you were very vocal as a young adult, because maybe in childhood you weren't always able to be this way. I do also have the High Priestess and Six of Cups, so I feel like maybe you were kind of like dedicated to other people in that lifetime, but I would say perhaps you resented it. I feel like you were always helping other people or accommodating other people, but then getting a little bit annoyed or dissatisfied with yourself for doing that. And as an adult, this is not a clear reading. I'm going to shuffle because I feel like that's not a clear. Let's get a full picture of maybe how your end years went. And okay, so I feel like you were a very passive person in your past life. You were always trying to like help others or be accommodative to others, and I do feel like you questioned your own self-worth a lot, or you let other people's perceptions of you really determine kind of how you lived your life. I do think you were goal-oriented, but it was very much pertaining to like how it helped other people around you. So maybe I wouldn't necessarily say you were in love in your past life, or that you had some big great love, but I do think that your past life was centered around providing for your family and really just being kind of a support system for other people, or like a backbone for other people. Nine of Cups reversed and Two of Pentacles. I do feel like a lot of the things that you wanted to pursue in that lifetime you didn't really get to do, because you were always kind of focused on like how you could be beneficial or helpful to other people. I feel like in your past life you were someone that kind of learned at a very early age you need to provide and be a part of your community. You didn't really have the option to go and do whatever you wanted. I don't think you were necessarily cold though. I do think you had a big heart, and I think a lot of people had very good things to say about you. I do think you had intimate relationships with people, you had a lot of friends, but I don't know if you ever got married in your past life. I would say like maybe you were someone that really was attached to anyone, or I feel like you were always so focused on helping your family or helping like your friends that you didn't really want to have a relationship because you were scared that would take away from maybe like financially from like helping your family. So I feel like if anything, you were just dedicated to that area of your life and you didn't really have anything going on romantically. For your cards for this lifetime, I have feed your creativity. In this lifetime, you need to put yourself first. You need to be imaginative. You need to step outside of your comfort zone so that, you know, you are able to actually experience things that feel authentic to you in this lifetime and not so much how you can benefit other people. I also have shift your money mindset. So in this lifetime, we need to start focusing on how you can live your own dreams, not necessarily how you can live someone else's or play by someone else's book. This was a very brief reading, you guys. I'm so sorry. But I hope that this was helpful. I hope this was fun. I really want to hear how everyone's life is currently and how it relates to how it maybe doesn't relate to your past life. And yeah, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment below. And again, let me know what you think about it. And if you want me to do more videos kind of like this. And yeah, I will see you next week in my next video.